Welcome to another episode on how to build your own supercomputer. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how to install a fan into your Turing PI. I'm Garrett, and this is TimmerTech. Let's talk fans, pun intended. I got myself a Noctua 120mm Chromax. Now, I really like these fans because they're very quiet. That's the reason why I got one for my Turing PI. Now, when it comes to your Turing PI, you have several options. You can go either with a 5-volt or a 12-volt fan. The Noctua I got here is a 12-volt. So for both types, you require a 4-pin PWM, which stands for pulse width modulation. Now, what does that mean? Basically, when it comes to fans, there are two types, a 3-pin and a 4-pin. When it comes to the 3-pin, you got your black wire and your red wire, which means plus, min for your power. And the yellow one, the third one, that's actually the pulse, the speed pulse. And that will tell your system the speed of the fan. And that you will see in all those fancy dashboards of your computer how fast your fan is running. A 4-pin fan has an additional wire, and that one is used to control its speed. Now, the Turing PI supports this, so a 4-pin is required, and there's with the new Turing PI 2.5, there's even a switch on the main board in which you can select between 12 volts and 5 volts. Now, I'm going to keep it very short. Let's install our fan. Now let's start with unboxing our fan. So one of the reasons I like the Chromax is that it also comes with vibration pads, multiple colors, and that will also increase its stillness. Now, please be aware that whatever fan you have, whatever fan you're gonna work with, never touch the blades. Always try to avoid touching the blades of a computer fan because there is a chance that the axis the pressure of your finger will actually misalign the shaft, and that in turn will cause it to go unbalanced and create additional noise. So when you are unboxing a fan, always make sure that you ensure that you do not touch the fan blades itself. So let's see, it should. And here we go. So, and there it is, a beautiful Chromax with additional vibration pads in different colors. So, as you can see, it already has the gray ones, I believe. Yeah, the gray ones attached to it, which I'm just gonna keep. When I look at it like this, I'm just gonna keep them. So let's gently lift it out. And you get a box with additional vibration pads. Here you get additional pads. Oh, this is nice actually. And here are our screws. Because the case of the Turing PI is black, I'm gonna stick with black. And these are all kinds of additional fans. A vibration pad, so let's pop this back in. Now there is this little thing. This is a rubber that goes all the way around it. I like this, it's gonna be black. So here's the thing. When it comes to your Turing PI, your fan will be attached to the bottom plate. It will go on the bottom of your bottom plate. There are, it's hard to see, but there are 4 additional holes. They're a little bit larger. Let me show you. Let me see if I can get this right in the camera. Let's see. it's here. So as you can see, this hole actually is sunken in for the screw. And therefore, and that's where your fan goes. And then you simply connect it to the main board. So what I am gonna do, I can either go with these gray ones. Well, that looks pretty all right, but because everything is black, I like the black, so I'm gonna go with this one. So you can simply pop these off. And as you can see, I'm not touching the blades, I'm holding my fingers on the frame. There's a very nice metal frame. Now the reason why I went with this one is this little rubber also go over the edge here. So it is not only on the side, but a little bit is actually on top, which will allow for better vibration absorption regarding the top plate, because the top plate is secured by magnets. The magnets will secure it very tight, but we do not want any kind of resonance. This is our 4-pin connector, and it can only go one way on the board. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna secure the fan to the top, then I'm gonna flip it on the side, flip the switch to the correct voltage, plug it in, and we're good to go. It has been a while since I installed a Chromax, so I forgot about it. So what's happening is that these holes, they are untapped, which means they don't have a thread. It is plastic, and the screws you have, you just screw them through the plastic and they will thread in, and that's how you secure your fan. The problem I'm running into is that the predetermined holes for the fan are not big enough. So I have to use a little bit force. And you can see that here on this one. Let's see if I can... Here you can see it's turning a little bit silver because I am using quite some force. Be very, very careful because I don't know how to order a new top plate. I am basically widening the hole. But yeah, it's not gonna go well. The thread of the screw, it's getting abused. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this a little bit with some finesse, and I will see you in a few minutes. Let's see if I can get the other screws in. It's not perfectly aligned actually, but now it is. So I am gonna gently screw the other ones in. Now when you do this, here's a little trick. Make sure that when you do it, you have multiple fingers equally spread out to ensure that you do not bend the plate, so that when you put it on, it still is flush everywhere and you have not bent the plate too much. So I'm gonna screw this in, and that's gonna take a while because I'm doing it very gently because I don't want to damage the plate. Also, what I figured out helps is wiggle diagonally with this rotation to get the screw forcibly through the hole. So yeah, be back with you in a few minutes. So all four, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in. I figured out if you put them in the right angle diagonally, they go in pretty good actually. It looks like that I did not really bend the plate that much. So yeah, that's a good thing. So now what I'm gonna do, because you don't want to have to apply this amount of force with the fan already under there. Got them sticking out like this deliberately so that I can simply gently on top of their holes, see that everything lines up. And now I should be able to one by one tap them into the plastic. There's one thing I forgot. So thankfully I can easily unscrew it because I forgot to align the fan with its connector. The corner that is missing, that goes in the corner of the power button, right? Let's put this in front. The connector, let's see if I can get this right into focus. Let's put it like this. I'm turning it around. So here you will see this white connector. That's where the fan connector goes. And this black is the switch between 5 volts and 12 volts. This is where it goes. So let's put it back like this. If this is the corner of the power button, we want the connector of the fan. We want the fan to go in like this with the cable towards the connector. So now we have figured that out. Put the fan back. Now we put the plate on the fan. Might not be the most elegant way of doing it. What you saw me do is just make sure that everything is perfectly flush, and that's it. Now there's one thing I forgot to tell, which is very important, which is the direction. So I'm gonna show this to show you there are 2 arrows. One is the direction of the spin, which way it spins, and one is the direction of the airflow. And in this case I mounted label comes out of the label, so we're sucking air in from the top to blow over the heat sinks. Now without further ado, we have to get this installed, which is actually pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna see if I can have a little aid for this. I had another laptop stand actually standing by for this. Let's see if I can get this right for the camera. So let's turn it around. Maybe put it up one more. Okay, so here we have at the top, we have the white connector here, and we have here the switch. Now, 12 volt is moving the switch towards the SATA connectors here. This is 5, this is 12 volt. And now the only thing you have to do is you plug on the connector, and the best part is there is no way for you to do this wrong, because on the connector there are 2 ridges and there is a little pin on the connector, which means there's literally only one way of doing this. Now we are gonna put this cable nice out of the way. At the top here, corner goes towards the power button. That's it. We just installed a 12 volt 120 millimeters fan in our Turing PI. We're ready to power it up, and then we're gonna log into the BMC, and then we should be able to control our fan. See you in a moment. So I am back to my previous setup. Let's check our fan in the BMC. So we're gonna log in to the BMC, which you can reach on TuringPI.local. If you have not changed the certificate, you can actually get a certificate warning like this. So we're gonna continue with that. Login root with Turing. System fan 100%. It's not turned on yet, and I'm guessing that it has to do with the fact that none of the nodes are startup. So let's start up our nodes, just turn them all on, switch to our terminal, and we're simply gonna say TPI host 11. I changed IP address in my network, and power on, just turn on all the nodes. And I hear the fan in the background. So yeah. So I hear the fan in the background. Let's see if I can change the speed of the fan, because I can hear it all the way over here, because it's not on my desk right now. Perfect. So I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but I lowered 33%. I don't hear the fan at all. If I go to 100, sounds like a little jet starting, but it actually kept the heatsink and the fan kept it quite cool. So I'm thinking I'm gonna keep it at like 33%. Can I do 17, 33, 50? Still don't hear it. 67. At 83, I start to hear it. I start to hear the fan. So 67%, I'm happy with that. So in this video, we installed a fan in our TuringPI. Everything went perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below, like, subscribe. It really helps me out. And I see you in the next episode. I'm Garrett, and this is TimAttack.